What's up, guys? This past week I had to make some changes to my workout, and they're probably going to stay in place for this upcoming week as well. Just some craziness business going on with work, and it just was not going to make it possible for me to get in the amount of training as I have in the past. So what do you have to do? You have to adapt, and I will show you the changes I made on mine to be able to do this and to be able to continue to succeed and meet my goals. And that's one of the things I really want to do with this channel here as well. Is I want you guys to be able to see this. I hopefully be able to look at my different workouts and see how I adapt over time and with changes, particularly with changes I knew that were coming, and everything, and with this busyness of work. So that's something I really want everyone to kind of like the end goal here is I want everyone to feel confident enough to be able to create their own workout and kind of change on the fly as well. I mean, that's important. A lot of times being ultra rigid, it's like, oh, this is the workout I received, this is what I have to do every exercise, every set. Let's face it, man, I mean, sometimes life, man, just gets in the way, and you can't always achieve that. That's the reality. So anyways, let me show you what I did this past week, and it looks like I'll be continuing into this coming week. Let's talk about a little what I've done in the past here. If you've been following the channel, you've seen that I've been hitting the weights 4 days a week. And what I've had to do, make the main adjustment I had to make is I was only able to train 3 days in the gym this past week. And I did it on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday. What I did in the past as well, and I'll post my latest workout before I posted this one. I will post that to the comment section below, so go ahead and check that video out if you want to see what I did in the past. But pretty much what I did though, like 2 days of those 4, I did pulling exercises, things like sumo deadlifts, like pull-ups, those type things. And the other 2 days I did like pushing exercises and obviously bench press type exercises, and push-ups. This past week, what I did is I hit for 3 days every body part I wanted to hit at least a little bit. Okay, so let's start up here with Monday, and I only did a few exercises. I started off just doing hip mobility, rotator cuff drills after my warm-up. Then the next thing I did was close grip bench press, and this enabled me to hit a lot of the pushing muscles. Okay, I did. Let's see, it obviously hits like chest, shoulders, triceps. Then I also did some. Oops, you know what? I'm sorry, I didn't put that on there. Let me 1 sec. Right after I did close grip bench press, I did sumo deadlifts. Sorry about that. So after the bench press, I did sumo deadlifts. Those hit all the pulling muscles. Those are going to hit things. Obviously your back. It hit my legs as well, pulling it off the floor. So I got my leg exercises in there. Also, I tell you, man, you do still feel it in your biceps. So obviously I didn't hit all these muscle groups in massive amount on that day, but I was able to hit them. Okay. So then down to Wednesday, again I always start off with hip mobility, rotator cuff after my warm-up. Then I got into dips, again hitting pushing exercises, did some push-ups, hanging clean, did some more back, also working on explosion, pull-ups, again more pulling, unbalanced lunge. I did a video on that, so go ahead and go through my past history, and you'll see it's pretty early on actually. Great exercise for the legs, also for the core. And then as always, because I live in Florida and got to have my legs hanging out of my board shorts, I hit calves. And on Friday, hip mobility, rotator cuff. Can you guys see where I have some weaknesses in my body? Because I'm always having to do these things. If I don't, it makes working out and going to jiu-jitsu very painful. So I got to keep up with these. All right, so then the first big exercise I did was Zercher squats after a lot of warm-ups as well. Very low weight and onto those. Great exercise for the core again, also for the legs. And barbell rows, incline dumbbell press, military dumbbell press, and calves. So as you can see, guys, I didn't do tons of sets or anything with any of these exercises in particular. What I did is I just really hit that muscle group pretty hard, made sure it had a nice pump, like I really worked it, went to failure, and and then pretty much just got out of the gym. I mean, the amount of time I spent in the gym per workout was the same as any other week, so I wasn't able to do as much per body part on a given day. But instead of hitting each body part only twice a week with the weights, I was able to hit it 3, just with less exercises and less repetitions. So I was still able to, I really feel good today. I'm making this video on Saturday. I feel great today. So I'm actually liking this, and I'm going to hit it again this coming week again, just kind of out of necessity because of my work schedule, is I'm going to have to do this. But anyhow, these are the changes I have made as of recent. One of the things I always want to stress is these workouts, guys, I make are definitely specific to myself, okay? I address my needs in here, and particularly my needs, as you see, from all the hip mobility and rotator cuff. These are places I've had injuries in the past, so I always got to make sure I work them. I got to keep them strong. This is what doing these exercises is what helps me get on the mat in jiu-jitsu, okay? If I have to address these weaknesses that have come up in life in my body, or else I'd never be able to compete in jiu-jitsu whatsoever, okay? A lot of the other things I do lots of core, and I mean, everyone in jiu-jitsu has a need to do core, but I definitely have to make sure I go out of my way to always include some core exercises into my workout. I mentioned in the past, you guys are probably sick of it, sorry, but I had back surgery, so I really have to keep the core strong to be able to support that weakness I have in my back. But again, I really just if you don't really check out all these videos I'm going to do with these updates and workouts, because I think it's important for anyone that's just getting started or maybe started, but just not an expert or anything in training, to be able to see how to adapt over time. There's certain things I do quite often to just adapt. I even really adapt per day as well. Just kind of give you, for instance, I know earlier this past month, I went into the gym and one of my wrists was really sore from jiu-jitsu the night before. And I'd wanted to do some close grip bench pressing that day, but I did one set, and man, it just sucked. My wrist was miserable, it was hurting, and I was like, oh, fuck. And if I was going to be rigid and not, just like, fuck it, it's on the workout, you must do it. You know what? I would have done it. It would have started my whole day off as a really shitty workout. But I kind of backed off. I'm like, you know what? Instead, I grabbed some light dumbbells and I did some chest press with that instead. I did some really high reps, but whatever it was, but I needed to because my wrist was sore, and I was able to do lightweight with a lot of reps without pain. And you know what? I did it, and everything went great after that. I ended up having a really fantastic workout, but. Those are just some of the adaptations you have to make over time. Sometimes you have to, right on the fly, you discover something that's not going to work for you on that day, and you have to find a way around it. So, there you have it, guys. Anyways, thanks for watching. As always, if you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll talk to you soon. Os.